Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. For the upcoming week, since this is a Sunday and we're going into a Monday, for some people already a Monday, you can make two choices. You can make OCD worse by doing compulsions all week long and doing the same thing basically you've always been doing that has never worked. You know yourself that whenever you do any compulsion, any reassurance, it doesn't lead to anywhere good. It might temporarily relieve OCD, but it's very temporary. And I can tell you from just talking to people for a long time that it doesn't really solve the issue, it makes the issue worse because those breaks between the thoughts, between the compulsions, they become smaller and smaller. So at first, it seems like a way out because you can do a compulsion and then you might not have a thought for, maybe a week or two. But then that circle around you starts to get smaller, and it might be a day, and then it might be an hour, and then it just goes every few minutes. No matter how many compulsions you do, it gets more and more because you're training your brain that you need to be in fear all the time, that because every time it sends you fear, you're reacting the same way, you're upping it. So the mind sends you a thought and it sends it to you at say 8 out of 10, but then you react to it and bring it all the way to a 10. Instead of getting the thought at 8 out of 10, refusing reaction, it will stay maybe at 8 out of 10, maybe go up to a 9, and then will fall up to maybe, or down to a 6 rather, because you're not reacting. It will try to bring it up a little bit, but it won't work, and because you're not reacting, and then it will fall. So basically you have a choice, right? Every time you get a thought, do you want to bring it up and make yourself feel worse to the point of you have to do a compulsion, whether mental or physical, or you disregard right away, it goes down, and then you don't have to do the compulsion. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying this is the right choice that will lead you out of this. And you have to see it that the time is now. It's not tomorrow. Well, it's starting now, but it is tomorrow. It is the next day. It's every single day. You know, there can't be any excuses. You need to have accountability with it. And I'm not saying that every day is going to be perfect. It won't be. You will have setbacks. But if you have this in mind that I need to move forward and I'm going to move forward. There's so many people, everybody obviously wants to recover from OCD. But just simply saying, well, I really want to recover, but I'm not actually going to do anything because I'm, used to doing the reassurance behaviors, it's just not going to work. So how long are you going to spend going around and around doing the same thing that clearly is not working? So let's make this start of the week the start of a new you, where you're doing new things, where you are trying to step over the anxiety. And when you step over the anxiety will still be there. And so what? And who cares? And I'm done with it. And I've had enough. I've had too much. And now I'm done. Having that kind of attitude. And look at it, like you're used to the anxiety for so long, right? So what's more anxiety? This is nothing new to you. But this way you come out of it. When you step over the anxiety and it stays, this way you'll come out of it. And it won't stay there forever. Every time people get an OCD thought, there's almost like this underlying feeling that if you don't solve it, you will have this until you're 90 years old. The same thought, the same feeling of anxiety at this level 10. It's always a lie. And you know that it's a lie because it switches. If not the thought itself, then the details of the thought that you get attached to. And when you get to attach to one detail or one thought, then the other one don't matter as much. It's just, it doesn't matter because you're focused on this one. And then when something else comes up, then this one's not going to be important. So it's selling you a lie that, this will stay forever if you don't solve it. It won't. And you need to make that choice. I always say this, jumping out of an airplane with a parachute and you're not sure if the parachute will open, it will open, but you have to jump. And you have to see it this way, that this is an OCD thought. I'm done. I've gone through this so many times before. I can tell you from personal experience that when I was going through the process of recovery myself, after you recover, all the thoughts were false, but you do regret the time that you wasted, especially if it's been years. So that's kind of the biggest thing here. Don't waste any more time. It's not worth it. you know in 10 years of doing this, I've never seen anybody be wrong, you know, where, oh, I really should have paid attention to that thought. Doesn't happen, you know? So you have to look at it that this is OCD. I'm doing the work. And again, let's make this week the week that you really push through. Not in an abstract kind of way that I'll just do the work this week. But no, now, starting now, hour by hour, for the next hour, starting right now when I'm hearing this video, starting right now, I'm not going to do any of my behaviors, or I'm going to do much less of my behaviors for the next hour. And then after that, and an hour after that. You know, you have to really keep a close, especially if you're really struggling, if you're really in the beginning of this, you know, keeping close watch and being really accountable, you know, to where your thoughts are and what you are focusing on. The thoughts will continue to come in. That's not you, has nothing to do with you. This is old programming. We can't do anything about that. But what are you choosing to focus on? You know, what are you bringing up? You know what I mean? And what are you bringing down? That should be the priority. I hope you find my videos helpful. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I do daily videos discussing all things related to OCD recovery. If you would like to do the recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.